Good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday again. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Switched out to David Huber blowfish for my Radice Devilance. Hard to see in the light. I have a few lanterns going. I haven't quite figured out how I want to light the new house. This to me looks good enough for tonight. Anyhow, thought I'd hit you back with another video. As I mentioned before in my first video, I'm a little behind. I'm slacking. Behind on all my series, behind on keeping up with y'all. Cheers. Little vino, little pipe tobacco. Beautiful weather in North Carolina, let me tell you. Looks to be close to a full moon. I'm not sure if tonight is the full moon. It's beautiful. Crickets are out. Probably mid 60s. Just absolutely gorgeous. I could live in this year round. Out of the apartment 100%. Into the house 75%, I'll say. We still have some boxes to do. A lot of stuff to put here, put there, move. You know, you get stuff situated. A couple ceiling fans still to hang. Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about. Hanging before we moved in. Yeah, they haven't been hung yet. We got one of them, but not all three. Enjoying some Samuel Gawith Navy Flake. It's been a minute since I've had that one too. Fantastic blend. Virginia with the Latakia. And some say it has a rum topping. I don't pick that up, but I do pick up the slight Latakia with the Virginia. It's a fantastic blend. Really smooth. So I thought I'd do one of my Buckeye leadership series tonight. One that has resonated with me here recently. And the topic I want to talk about is help. Help. Is asking for help a sign of weakness or a sign of a strong leader and strength? I don't know if y'all can hear the drag racing out there. We're pretty close to a couple major, not interstates but highways. People act a fool. So what's your thought? Is asking for help a sign of weakness? Turn up the lamp a little bit. Or a sign of strength or leadership? So I'll start by telling a brief story. I grew up in a supply chain. You know, you've all heard my story a million times. High school, I had my son when I was 17, almost turned 18, and left for the Navy instead of going to college to play football. By the way, the best thing I've ever done, aside from marrying my wife and having my son. Wouldn't trade my military service for anything. But, went into the military. Definitely learned in the military that asking for help is a sign of weakness. At least when I was in. Joined one of the world's best supply chains. Spent 18 and a half years there. for 15 of that 18 and a half, asking for help was a sign of weakness. And then it hit me. It hit me one day. We had leaders who were allowing distribution centers to essentially melt, I'll use the term meltdown, just fall apart because they didn't want to ask for help. They thought, like I was taught for many years, that asking for help was a sign of weakness. I'm here to tell you tonight, folks, that asking for help is not a sign of weakness in leadership. You know, let me preface this by saying, if you're asking for help all the time for basic stuff, okay, we need to talk. We need to talk about that's bright. We need to talk about what's going on. You know, there are certain expectations you have to perform to, and I'm not speaking of those tonight. What I'm talking about is full-scale, major problem help. And it dawned on me after 22 years in the business and thinking that asking for help was a sign of weakness, that it's not. So I'm here to tell you tonight it's not a sign of weakness. The strong leader knows when to ask for help. Folks, you're not perfect. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. No leader is perfect. I don't care what level you lead at. Whether you lead one person in your household or you just lead yourself, there are going to be times you're going to need help. You're going to experience something, see something, do something. Something's going to happen that you've never seen before. It is irresponsible, in my eyes, to allow something to break, falter, fail because you're too proud to ask for help. That is a sign of a weak leader in my book. And I've learned after 22 years, now 30 years in the business. It's the last 8 I've been pretty solid on. If you don't ask for help when you need it, okay, that's the sign of a weak leader. Again, I'm not talking about basic duties. If you're asking for help to do stuff you should know, 101, basic stuff, that's a training issue. We need to fix it. But if you're asking for help because there's something you're encountering or seeing or experiencing that you've never seen before, you don't know how to handle it, you don't know what to do with it, to me, that's a sign of leadership. To leverage, resource, reach out, find somebody that can help you and make the change. What say you? What say you, folks? Asking for help a sign of weakness or a sign of leadership and strength? Love to hear your comments. That's my 2 cents. Gave you my 2 cents. Not asking for help when you need it is a leadership failure, in my opinion. 100%. Now, I'll believe that now until the day I go and pass away. Didn't believe it for the first 22 years of my career. The last 8, I certainly believe it. If you know you need help and you're failing to ask, you're being irresponsible, you're being reckless, you're putting the business at risk, you're putting everything at risk. Yourself. It's just irresponsible. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments. Don't be afraid to ask for help, leaders. Again, whether you're leading one person or 10,000, you don't know everything. Nobody does. You're going to find something you need help with. Ask for help. Ask for help. Great talking to y'all again. Great being back. We'll catch y'all later. Wishing y'all the blessings in the world. Pay it forward. Have a great night.